Right, thank you very much for this amazing show today, and I want to be glad that you are okay and you're well. We are here for yet another new episode, and I'm here with a lovely lady, Vivian. Tunataka kubonga something very interesting. It's about the purple wave. So, without further ado, without speaking much, I'll just let Vivian introduce herself, and she'll tell us how her day has been and what she's been up to. You know, it's been a minute since we last conversed in our show here, so I believe you're well and you're okay. So welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm Vivian Akinyi, and yes, it's been a while since I was last hosted here, and today I'm back again.
You're welcome.
An interesting topic maybe that has caught the hearts of Kenyans, and maybe I can also give a little bit of what I have.
So how has your life been? Umejua shule pale. Last saw you in, when was that? Before August, sindio?
Something like that.
And you're glowing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so
I really glowing?
Maybe just nikidunga hii simu charge, taniambia tu yani maisha yako imekuaje?
Well, I can't complain much. Life has been good. With challenges maybe.
Which challenges?
Human life has challenges. You can't just live life, you know. So some ups and downs, school, strikes.
Nyinyi pia mmestrike ama ni ile ya Malex tu?
Well, that just hiyo tu ya lecturers yenye imekuwa has affected us somehow, but we are back again on our feet. I'm still here West. I should be in school, but that should not give you worries. I'll be back.
You'll be back in school?
Yeah, I'll be back in school. Studies have started. And everything is running smoothly, and we hope we'll catch up with the time, the lost one that the lecturers has taken away from us. But everything is going to be okay.
So is it really going to affect your graduation? The date, is it going to tamper with the graduation dates? You know, maybe you were supposed to graduate in September, and now it's going to be pushed to December. Is something like that going to happen?
I don't think it's going to interfere anywhere. They're just going to juggle with time. They're going to do some 1-2 with the timetables and not interfere with anything about our graduation, our studies. For what I've seen, the timetable has been fixed, and we can't tell. We'll just wait and see if what they've done is going to fix our time in studying and catching up with all those events that are coming ahead.
Oh, so what do you mean by the timetable being fixed? Is it now that if you were to study a lesson 1 hour, now it's going to be 2 hours a day?
Well, I can't say much about that because this timetable does not show us perfectly how we're going to be studying. You know, this is university. It's not high school where you're being told, we have this subject, it's going to take 2 hours and that. No, you're just being told from this date, like from 6th to maybe 19th, this is going to be a study time. Then we'll be having our graduation from 19th to this time, then this time. So it is for the lecturers to fix their time. How am I going to fix my time and catch up with my unit and complete it within the given time? Now it is for the lecturers. So that's, we'll just be following what they can.
You are good.
Yeah.
Today ilikuwa niulize nini tena. I was to ask something again. People pepo ni mingi kwa akili unajua. And now maybe one last question that I was to ask you before tuingie kwa our main topic today. What was the feeling your time yenye ulisikia my lecturers wame call off the strike? Were you happy? Were you sad? Manze, I'm going back to school. Umejua, I remember during my time in high school, manze, we used to be happy. Ukisikia tu strikes zilikuwa zina itishwa wakati shule zinaenda kufunguliwa. Nisikie tu malek wamesema tu, yani uone tu hizo enzi kulikuwa na association na huyo Mbosso au siku hizi wako parliament. Tuwaone tu kwa press. Sisitiza hapo manze, yani I used to enjoy being at home, yani na say, yani ukisikia tu yani strike ndio atakuwa anataka hata iishe. How about here campo? Here campo pia ni hivyo ama kuna feeling?
Well, here campus pia ni it's wavy. At one point you feel happy, at one point you feel disappointed, at some point you feel everything is not, like something is not right. So vile tulisikia strike imeanza, we were like, at least tukae kidogo bila kwenda ma lectures and stuff, you know. And then when we saw this thing going, strike haiishi. 2 weeks strike haijaisha. You know, school is only fun when there are studies, and then you have to miss a lecture, and then unaharakishwa, there is a lecture saa moja. Unafaa catch up with time. Unaona ukichelewa ile kumiss lecture unajua pia unasikia kautamu fulani. So when there are no lectures in school and then you're just there doing nothing, it's kind of disappointing. You feel like there is something missing. Alafu tena now that the strikes are out, na watu wamerudi shule, it's also kind of not feeling good. I don't know about the others, but you know, we thought that now ni kind of a month to the biggest holiday, you know, the celebration of the year in Kenya or maybe globally. And you're being told that you should be going back for lectures. And then you yourself, okay,
Ulisha switch off.
You had already started like, okay, our lecturers were sure waste time, so I should be doing something. Let me go back home at least, nitafute kakazi, I look for rent, I look for some money, you know. And then kiasi unasikia lecturer strike imeisha and you people should be resuming back to school 2 days. In 2 days time, and you're like, what? Na upate kama ulishaanza kazi yako, what will you do? And you're expecting your salary end month. And you're being told and these lecturers are serious that inafika tu hivi Monday 4 lectures in a day.
Wow. And how was it? How was the speed before you strike? Ilikuwa hivyo 4 lectures a day ama ilikuwa moja?
No, before the strike it wasn't that much being spared. They feel like they have time, and so they take things at just a good pace, normal pace. Lakini sasa hivi sasa hakuna time and they're trying to catch up. They don't want to interfere with those who are going for teaching practice, those who are going for whatever. So they're trying to fix everything, and lecturers wanajaribu catch up na units zao, wafikishe time za cut, wafikishe time za exam. The graduation is here. So they're trying to catch up with everything na wanatuharakisha kweli.
Nice. Maybe do you feel there were, because leadership ya wacha tu tuguzie hii topic kidogo pia.
It's okay.
Hii leadership ya inaitwanga uwasu ama ni ya Malek. Do you feel like the whole lecturer fraternity ilipata their rights ama ni wakubwa tu wakishaenda wakule na gava it's done?
Well, that is something I cannot say, but I'm not that much going into that.
What were you into? Yeah.
My mind was not into what these lecturers are going to get, because I myself am disappointed. How can they stop the lecturers' strike a month to holidays? A month to holidays.
So you felt like it should just continue?
It should have. They should have just continued. Like the head of the strike, this lecturers' strike said. If we do not get what we want, we are going to proceed this lecturers' strike until the end of the year, so that these students will start their studies in January with no strike or no interference. Now we were like, okay, if they want to proceed this thing to next year, we should also give ourselves something to do. We can't stay in school and wait for them. And it was like the government was not also minding. So we were like, what now? What are we going to do? Now, our focus was not on them. It was already gone.
So you are focusing on business?
No, our focus
jobs.
was on how we, we paid for rent. When you're going to school, you budget yourself. And then when you get to school, you find that there is a strike, and then your budget, everything you budget for is going down. Ulilipa rent, ulibeba shopping, you did a couple of things, a couple of stuff.
Ulisiaga mahindi yako.
Imagine.
Sasa mahindi stock
inarudi, and also the parents are like, what are you doing in school if there are no studies? Now you're like, I've paid for my rent. If they go to January with this strike, if I pay for my rent this semester, meaning we are going to try SEM next year, having 3 semesters in a year. So how am I going to pay for my rent in 3 semesters? I'm only paying for two semesters because I get my help per semester. It is in 2 semesters. Now if we're going to try SEM, how am I going to get this money for this 3rd semester that they're going to fix? Now all of these stresses and stuff to the parents and to you. And now as a student you'll be like, you're a grown-up, you're no longer in high school where your parents take care of you. They'll be like, if you do not want to come back home for food, look for something to do. We are not sending you money. So you're like, okay, instead of doing nothing here, let me go and look for something to do out there, get some 1, 2. You're a grown-up. You need your stuff. You need 1, 2, 3. So you're saying, let me get some money, get a job, get some money, do my 1, 2, 3 stuff, and all that.
Nice. What is 1, 2, 3 stuff? But anyway.
1, 2, 3 stuff is necessities. Human beings have necessities. Your mama will not go and buy you clothes. You're a grown-up. Okay, at some point, your parents will. But at some point, you'll feel like, I'm also troubling them.
But you see, as for me, my mom bought for me. My mom still buy me clothes up to now.
Well, you're lucky.
Yeah, I remember, there are a lot of things that she still does for me. There are things sometimes, akitoka anaenda mbali, she has to ensure that there's enough food for me.
It depends with your family. It depends.
No, I feel like a mother should just be so much caring to a point, because if she doesn't care, who will?
Yeah, that is right, but it's different.
What do you mean different?
Families are different. Families are different.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is that. We'll find some time to talk about that. Siku nyingine. So here's the topic: the purple wave.
Yeah.
The purple wave. So maybe, what do you understand by purple wave? Ikikukujia kwa akili, what do you think of? Ukisikia mtu anasema purple wave.
I was also wondering some time back what this purple wave means. So I was like, what is this purple profile that I'm seeing trending in TikTok, in social media platforms? And I was like, okay. And mostly it was with the women. profiles. I was like, okay, if it is with the women ladies profile, then I should also check what this purple wave means. And I found out that this purple wave, it is a campaign, somehow a campaign. It is something that has gotten into social media platforms and has caught up with the Kenyans just through social media platforms. It is a campaign coming out from South Africa about gender-based violence and women for change. It is something that is against gender-based violence. Now, I think there is something that happened in South Africa to do with the women that is causing this trend to come into the profiles of social media platforms of people about women being what?
Women being tortured in the house.
Yeah, something to do with the torture in the house, physically, mentally, psychologically, not just in the house, but even at work, everywhere.
Okay.
So
how are women abused at work?
It is not abuse, maybe. Maybe it is something to do with diminishing women.
How?
How are women being diminished? For what I know is that for some time back, women were not counted as people with kind of strength. Yeah, they were taken as weak people. Something to do with
But
that.
the Bible says that women are weaker vessels.
That is the Bible.
It's the Bible, and the Bible was inspired by the Holy Spirit.
So you're in support of the Bible to diminish
But it's the
women.
Bible that it's not really diminishing. Bible is not diminishing. The Bible simply states that women, they need a lot of our presence in their lives, so that they can. You see the way the moon cannot work without the sun. Yeah, that's the same way. If a woman is left on her own, you see the Bible inaenda sana na mambo na spiritual. So if a woman is left on her own to battle herself with the spiritual matters, she's most likely to do what? To draw back or to fall, or to, I'm looking for this word, but looking for the right name for that. But then women cannot really fight for their space on their own. They need the presence of a man in their life for them to do so. That's why it's the weaker vessel. It's not like they can't do anything, because when God was creating man, He said, I'm bringing you a helper. Nakupatia msaidizi ambaye atakuwa anakusaidia. Sieti sasa msaidizi ni mtu anajua kazi. Sasa kama umechoka anaendeleza ama namna gani?
Kama unatumia Bible, then you should also know that when something's erupted when Eve took the apple and staff, you saw that the man pointed fingers at the woman.
It was the apple. And then the woman pointed the finger to her too.
And the man, so they were pointing fingers at each other. Okay,
no, the woman pointed the finger at the snake.
Yeah, the woman pointed the finger at. But we are not using the Bible for this. You see, the world today has changed. We do not use the Bible to live our lives.
But then, what was God's instruction?
That is God's instruction.
And we are creatures. We are God's creation. So, and He said, this is the blueprint that you are going to use to lead your life. So, in spite you living in the old age or in the new age, blueprint ni moja. So sieti sasa siku hizi we have the internet, sasa tutumie internet. No, the instructions from the Lord were very clear. He was like, this is what you are going to use.
No. I'm against that. You should not be using the Bible as your support to diminish women.
Sijasema hivyo.
No, you're trying to what? Unajaribu.
Mimi sija diminish women.
Yeah, you're not diminishing them. But you're saying it is right because the Bible says.
Sijasema sijasema diminishing women is right. Because ukisema nimesema diminishing women is right, then it means nina diminish women. But then what I'm simply saying is that most of the time, women, they need the presence of a man in their life for them to be complete. Like, just the same way men too need women in their lives for them to be whole. But women are referred to as weaker vessels, meaning there are things they can't accomplish on their own. And you know that
there are things.
There are
things.
Yeah.
Meaning you're not saying totally they cannot accomplish everything on their own.
Yeah.
There are things.
Exactly.
No, that should not be what you should be using in support of women are weaker vessels. No, we are not weaker vessels. In the world today, you find people, everyone is trying to support themselves. The men are saying, if you're not, what do I say? If you're not a virtuous woman, kama wewe si msichana mwenye umesoma, mwenye umefanya sijui nini, if you do not have work, if you're not a reasoning woman, then they can't do nothing with you. They have nothing to do with you. And the women are also saying, we do not need men who have not studied. We do not need men who know nothing.
So you cannot unite yourself with a man who knows nothing.
No.
But then you see, in a world that we're living in, it's very funny. Just like I told you, Mungu is the sole provider of our lives. And this man that you're saying that you cannot unite with because hajasoma, hajui shet, hajui kizungu. You know, watu wanakuanga na some blessings. So education haikuangi everything.
I'm not only majoring in education because that is not what men are using against women. Or what I was saying is, when we're talking about gender-based violence, overall it is gender, both female and male. Exactly. It is not only the female that are suffering. There are also male that are suffering, but they're silent. Why? Because they're scared that out there, if they come out, they'll be told as, you're not a man, you're not man enough. Why are you saying that a woman is doing what? Is diminishing you or what? So men that are suffering from gender-based violence are not coming out to show that they are suffering. The women are just like you said, women are weak. And we are using the voices of others. You're using voices to come up, with this issue and to go against it.
But you see, women in a way, hii maneno mefightiwa sana hadi siku hizi. Someone was saying, I don't know who was that, was saying, I think it's Robert Burale. I once heard him say, if more women are empowered, and as opposed to men who are now not empowered, so they can't live with these empowered women, because men. So, I was saying, sio ego, ni wanawake ndio wamekuwa empowered to the point wako na kiburi mingi sana.
No, wanawake hawana kiburi. Just like you said, we are weak vessels. There are some cases, okay, we were built differently. You have muscles, I don't have muscles. Now, it is not up to you to use those muscles against me. Just because the Bible says I'm weak, or just because I can't do nothing. So, because we cannot fight you ourselves. In a confided place, a woman cannot fight a man alone. Though there are some women wale wanaendanga mzengo. But for most women, we cannot fight men ourselves. And you find that for men, if they're stressed, if they have issues that are troubling them, then they come back home na wanatoa hiyo hasira kwa mwanamke. And as a woman, you can't fight. A man has so much strength that you cannot fight that man. So the only way to fight this man is to look for ways, and those ways are looking for voices that have also gone through this. Those people that can come out and say, I'm also a survivor of GBV. And then out from these voices, the government can come up with something and say, now, if our women are suffering, and they're suffering in confided places, it should be that if a woman complains of GBV, then there should be an act that maybe mentions that a woman is protected from this and this. And if you're found guilty of going against it, then you will be arrested, or you will be done for something, or maybe something to do with that. So we as women, we are only coming out to get the voices of those who've suffered, and even those who have not suffered but have experienced or have seen this from somewhere, so that we can get support from outside on what to do about this. We do not have the strength. We are weak. Just like you said, we are weak. Now, what is our strength? What is our strength outside here? We do not deny weakness, but what is our strength? We also have to find our strength from somewhere. And that strength is the purple profile. It is the voices of people. It is the support. It is the what? When you wamepitia, this is what we want. We want them to come out. We want them to talk. We want them to support us, to go against this. To find a way that will protect us from this.
So you feel like men are not?
No, no. You are a man. Why are you not coming out to say I'm also suffering from GBV? And that's why we're using purple profile. We are not against men using it. We are using this purple profile as a symbol of GBV. It is gender-wise, both male and female. It is something that you suffered from. You are a survivor. We want you as a survivor to come out. Now, the only solution here is going to be a protect, maybe an act, something that will protect someone from something. Because not all the voices will work. The profiles won't work. Profiles zitakuja na zizime. It is a profile. You can change your profile anytime. Your voice, you can issue it out. Okay, you can issue it out through and through, but it will go silent for a while. But there is something that is going to protect you. What is this? This is something that we are looking for.
Yeah,
that
so
is what we are looking for.
Sasa mtu kama wewe juu unasisitiza na unafaitia maneno sana. You've been a victim at one point in time.
No. I can't say I've been a victim. But I'm a victim in terms of someone else suffering from it. What if one day I'll also be a victim? What if one day there comes a time when I'll also be a victim of GBV? At that time, will there be something to protect me?
What if the person you're staying with is the person
to protect me?
To maybe kuna venye nilikuwa nataka niweke. What if you are the
problem?
Yeah.
What if I'm the problem?
Because you see, I've stayed in this earth long enough to experience a lot of pains that have been caused by women. I've also experienced a lot of pains that have been caused by men. So it's usually both ways. There are instances where, and this usually comes as a result of poor upbringing. Because me, I blame the four. Not really the forefathers and the foremothers, because it's in the current generation where people are really not behaving as they were supposed to behave. We have kids who are just messed. The society is totally messed because of the raising. We have the parents who raised us. So I feel like if people are to channel their noise, if people are to be so vibrant and to be so vocal about this topic, then you should start by a thorough introspection. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, because really kama ni shida inaanza na mimi na inaanza na wewe, unaona, kwa nyumba kama tunapigana lazima ikukue na siwezi tu amka asubuhi nimeanza kupiga makofi ra lazima kukue.
There has to be an issue.
So what if you are the problem? Unapigwa na sababu.
And that's why I mentioned from before that these things come out from maybe mental sufferings or psychological sufferings or maybe stresses that someone has. Sio eti mtu tu amke akupige asubuhi or something like that, or you go to work and you're told, you're a woman, but this happens in work sometimes. In some cases, you're a woman and you're weak and you can't do this. There are many here who can do this. No, but now let us focus on the indoor one. So mostly it comes from the stresses, the inner things that people suffer from. You see, wanatoa stresses zao kwa watu wengine in different ways. So maybe it could be the upbringing, or maybe it could be work stress, or maybe it could be friend stress. You never know. So about the upbringing part, well, that is for you personally. Who are you getting indoor with? And can you get out of that thing once it happens? But there are cases where you can't get out. Kijaribu tu kutoka hivi, you're being threatened, you'll be killed, you may be down for something bad. But then, from the background of being raised up, I don't think you should start from there.
You see, the reason why I'm saying that, I grew up seeing my mom being beaten up by my dad. All the time my mom is being beaten. Akifanya tu makosa kidogo ni vita. I will grow up knowing this is the way to go. I will be like, kwa mama wanafaa kupigwa wakifanya nini? Wakikosa. And if I have my sister, she's also growing up seeing the trend that zile za so women are supposed to be beaten when they make a mistake, or when there's a mistake, it's a fight. Kuna kuwa na exchange of fist and whatever. So does it mean this is the way to go? And they grow up knowing that this is the right way to live. Hiyo ndo Kenya najaribu, sijui kama unanipata.
Nakupata.
So unapata kuna watu kama hao, they just don't talk about their issues because they know ni normal. You get? And then there are people who, someone like me now, who has never seen mtu akipigwa kwao kuje umpige. Unanipiga kama nani? Hata mamangu hajawahi nipiga. Wewe ndio nani? Unaona? And it's a whole different thing. You get? So that's why I'm telling you, this is something that is so hard to eradicate because people have been raised differently. Kwa hizi manyumba kuna their parents who are doing poor parenting, and that thing should start from there. Unaona sahi, I'm about to get married, you're about to be married. So when you get kids, how are you going to raise them? Lazima sasa ianzie hapo. Unaona? Na mimi pia, how am I going to raise my kids? Do I want them to grow up the way I grew up? Do I want them to experience the same things I experienced as a child? So that's what I meant by that the so-called environment. Yeah.
And that's why people are coming out to advocate against this. That's why there are voices coming out. So that if this thing is coming from the background, from the parent side or from the family side, then it should be talked against. That's why voices are coming out. What are you voicing out? What are you saying about this? Are you saying that if this is happening from the background, then it should be stopped? Or are you advocating for them to stop this because it happens, it is something that is becoming occurrent, generational? So that's why people are advocating, that's why people are vocalizing, so that if it is coming from the background, it should be stopped, or it should stop. And as someone who is being raised up, I understand that most parents, what you see is what you do. What you're raised to see is what you do. But then as a parent, you also find that some parents, even with them going through this, with them getting beaten up, or with them having their kids see what they're going through, they still get to their kids and say, you know, my child, this is not something that should be going on. I know, navumilia, but then this is not right. And also, there's been advocacy out here. People watch television. The news spread outside against this. You see about, for example, something to do with circumcision. Do you remember that topic from back? You saw that the advocacy, the vocalizing, the fight against it, somehow shut it down, because people will get news about it being bad, about it being suppressed and something like that, and through and through you see that it is something that has been done away with somehow in some parts of the country, in some cases, and if it is still going on, then there is little of it. So it was about the circumcision of girls, and the women were against it, and all of the content were against it. It is something that has been shut down maybe in some parts, and it is still going on. So there is news that is being spread out. People listen to the news. There is advocacy, there is vocalizing. And because GBV has been talked about currently, and it is still not being measured on, that's why people are coming out to say, if it is something that is being talked about, then maybe, if it is something that is going to be talked about globally, if it is something that is going to be talked about in widely, then maybe there'll be an ear to listen. So, if it is from the background side, then that's why we are here to vocalize. That's why we are here to voice out and go against it. That's why we're using the purple profiles to talk about it. You see, social media platforms are things that are everywhere. It is an internet widely. So that's why we're using the purple profile widely, so that people can know that there is some parts in some places that this is still going on, and we should be going against it. We should be talking against it. We should be finding a solution against it. We should be finding a project against it. So if it is something that is coming from the background, then we hope that this is going to work. Our voices are going to be heard.
So maybe, what are some of the causes of violence back at home? Mejua vita ianzangi tu. Mejua hata Wanaisraeli pale jangwani walikuwa wanaleta vichwa vyao, then Mungu anasema nimewaacha mtuangwe, nimeacha muende captive, nimeacha kuna huyu anaitwaje Nebukadnezar wachukue muende captivity because of their toughness. So hapa kwa nyumba ni nini uleta, what are some of the causes of these violences that women experience? Maybe not only women but men. Unajua saa zingine nimekuja kwa nyumba pale, sijabeba chakula, kama sijabeba kitu ya kukula. Let me just use that as an example. Nakuja pale, bana, wewe unakuja hapa hakuna hata chakula, wewe unataka tukule mama yako, sijui. Unaona vitu kama hivyo. That's already you've been abused. Hiyo ni psychological, si ndio? Anatusi mama yangu, anatusi mimi. Unaona kitu kama hiyo. So hizo zote they're still going back to what? How are you? Ulikuwa unaona mama yako akitusi baba yako kule nyumbani. And so you're bringing the same too.
Yeah, it is also mental beliefs, traditional beliefs. It is very many things. We have stresses, we have beliefs, we have from traditionally back then. We have gender inequality, just like you said, Bible stuff, and also we have umesemaje?
Nimesema hiyo ya nilikuwa nasema nini, the causes of GBV.
The causes of GBV. Na mimi nimesema inakosiwa na stress za mtu tu, wewe umetoka na stress zako pahali ukaleta kwa nyumba. It is also caused by what you believe from behind you. Kenya umeona kutoka uko chini. What have you grown up seeing? And it is also caused by inequality, the Bible stuff. It is also caused by...
So, ngoja hapo Bible. What do you mean by inequality, the Bible stuff?
Oh, gender inequality, Bible stuff. You said that when I talk about gender inequality, I'm relating it to what you were saying about the Bible. About the Bible talking about women being weak. I can also still relate it to a belief. You believe that the Bible says that women are weak vessels. So women should be weak. So I should be beating a woman because you're weak.
Sieti na believe kitu ya hiyo.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Bible ni kitu imekuwa inspired na Mungu. Kama Mungu mwenyewe ndiye ameandika hivyo. He had his own reasons for stating that in the Bible, so that at least you should know that kuna mahali unafaa kujishikilia. Usifanye nini? Usianguke. It's not like now men are stronger vessels. With us too, we have to anchor ourselves kwa Mungu. Sieti sasa men are strong on their own. It's not the case. Yeah, so hiyo iko.
So hiyo iko, but the Bible, I think the Bible says women are weak vessels, so you should be taking care of them.
And you should also take care of men, because men...
Why are you telling yourself you're strong and we're weak if you want us to take care of you? There should be balance. If you're going to use the Bible in your case, then you should be taking care of us because you're weak.
Yeah.
If you are going to lead balance, then you should not be using the Bible.
Bible lazima ikuwe kwa
Or you should not be using belief.
Bible
iko kwa picha to tell you that we are weak vessels, so take care of them. I know there is somewhere mentioned to take care of them. I know. Even if that weakness is mentioned.
Sasa iko hivi. I am bringing you a helper. Ni kusaidiana, unaona? Ni kusaidiana. And Kenya tu ninasema msichukue sana. You know, most women wame rely on this fight sana. They to a point wanasema they can live on their own. They can fully depend on their stuff. Do you believe on that as well? That you don't need a man in your life?
No, I don't think it is. I don't need a man in my life. It is. I can also support myself when issues arise.
Which issues? Because I feel like you are complete on your own. Let me just say you are complete on your own. I'm also complete on my own. What I need is maybe a supplement. And that it's a supplement that I really must use for me to lead a complete life. You see, me being on my own right now, it doesn't mean that I can do all things. I can survive on my own without that supplement. That supplement is very, very necessary for me to accomplish most things in my life. For me to get kids, I have to get a woman in my life. For me to appear at work neat in the morning, I have to have a woman in my life. For me to, I feel like we both need each other. So there's no one diminishing anyone. You get?
Now, from the background of the ancient times, you can see that what you're saying was working. What you're saying about women being helpers to men, about men needing women and women needing men, it was working from before. You saw that the women were submissive. They were doing everything in accordance to what they were to do. And the men were doing what they were to do. That is, support the family. And the women were being there to support the man, to support the family. And then now, what I'm asking is, what caused separation?
What do you mean by separation?
What caused what I mean by separation is, what brought this, I can depend on myself, I can do this myself.
This empowerment thing.
No, it is not this empowerment stuff. It is because you are taking advantage of the fact that women were submissive, that women were submitting to you. You saw, why did this circumcision of women come up? Was it the women's stuff? Maybe it could be. Was it the man's stuff? Maybe it could be. But it was harming the women. So they had to come out. It's saying, when women were being circumcised, men were in support of this. And even when it was being talked against, they were still in support. Because they believed women are submissive. This is what they should be doing. Now, why are they going against it? Men were taking advantage of the fact that women are submissive. Now the women came up and said, if they're taking advantage of the fact that we are submissive, then we should also look for a strength from someone, since we can now not depend on them for support. Now there has to be someone that our support can come from. And what is that? Voice. You are overpowering the women. You are taking advantage of the fact that I support the family. I have the strength. Masculinity is killing men. So they were taking advantage of this and overpowering women. And women said, now if you're not masculine, but we are in large numbers, we're the people who bring life, then there is something that we can do to also gain dominancy a little bit. And what was that? That was the voice.
So, you see.
Now, what brought all this stuff is you taking advantage.
I don't think that's the case, because if someone is mannered enough, someone is well brought up and akona hizo values, anajua I should be respectful enough to a point where if I do this, I know this is wrong. But then here comes a case where unaishi na mtu kwa nyumba, and then they want to be throwing words at you. Babe, socks zangu ziko wapi? Sijui mnajibingi aje hiyo maneno. Ziko hapo kwa kichwa yako. Sasa tunashangaa. Jamani.
Now it only happens if there is an issue.
Sasa
it can't happen.
Hakuna
vile utauliza mtu socks yangu iko wapi, akujibu hivyo vibaya if there isn't, there ain't no.
Sasa issue ni mtu tu ameamka. Mnasemanga mood swings. Sasa socks ziko wapi? Ziko hapo kwa kichwa yako. Kichwa yangu siku hizi ndio story ya socks. So unaona vitu kama hizo.
Is that a reason for you to hit a woman?
Damn, manze, yani mimi sijaipiga mwanamke lakini
okay, why will a man be hitting a woman juu amesema socks ziko kwa kichwa yako? Because you feel this is not the answer this woman should be giving me.
And she also knows this is not the answer I should be giving.
Now what should you do? What should you do?
Akinipea answer kama hiyo.
There is something about coming out.
Mrudishe kwao, afunzwe jinsi ya.
Mrudishe kwao. You are also bearing kids. How are you raising up your kids? When you're going to find this woman, did you not know that she was raised in this kind of manner? These are things that you see when you're interacting with someone.
How do nilimuuliza socks akanijibu iko kwa kichwa yangu before to one. You know,
no, background wise, you know, this is someone not raised right. And these people that are not raised right, you find that there are people who are wamedekezwa huko makwao. Mtu akidekezwa and left freely to live the way they want. Then they live the way they want because it is something that they yani wana grow wakijua mimi nimejilinda mwenyewe. So everything I do is because of me. Every idea I come up with is because of me, not my parent.
There's a book I read back then. Kuna wakati nilikuwa natafuta nilikuwa sana niko serious bana 2020. Nilikuwa natafuta mchumba. Sieti nilikuwa natafuta mchumba. I was looking for I think I wanted a relationship. I wanted to be with someone who was willing to be with me. So nikachukua blueprint pale, kitabu inaitwa Sacred Search. So I was reading this book. This is a nice book. Mwenye aliandika alikuwa anasema hapo, with him he married at the age of 22. Alioa msichana ako 20 na yako 22, and they're living a good life. So alisema alikuwa anapeana experiences ya watu wengi. Ni experiences ya watu wengi kwa hiyo book. That is what makes that book. Na inapeana advice nzuri pale. Inasema sometimes you might not know a woman until even after 30 years. Kuna tabia zingine mwanamke anafichanga. Because this guy hapo ametoa testimony. Alioa mwanamke pale, then they stayed for close to 30 years, then this woman starts drinking again. Meaning mwanamke kuna wakati alikuwa anakunywa pale mbeleni, and then akaacha apate bwana sijui ni nini, but then later on akaanza kukunywa tena. Ndio alikuwa anasema you might not know a woman until it's too late sometimes.
Now, why was this person talking about women? Why was this person giving experiences in women's perspective?
Sio women peke yake. There are also men. Yeah, hii kitabu ina advice hata wewe unaweza isoma if you want a man. Mimi nimepeana tu example ya
yenye uliona.
Example
of you.
Yeah, huyu mwanamke ambaye because you are saying unaweza ona tabia ya mtu na ujudge. Yeah, that's true because with me kuna watu wengi nimeona ningesema manze she's so beautiful and she's so figurative and she's all that stuff, but then character wise, oh my god. Kuna wakati kuna wakati juzi tu jaka, I think it was sometime back in August, nilikuwa na nimetext msichana nikamwambia hey, sasa unaona yule mtu anakujibu one word. Yeah, the talking stage was so good and stuff, so tukaingia tukaanza dating kidogo, and then she was like, no, I was like, she's in school now, so I texted her I wanted to catch up, and then akozeleza because juu nilimpigia kwa na ameshika simu for her own reasons, then kumuuliza can we talk ama bado uko busy, alinijibu eti ongea tu na kusikia. Unajua hiyo relationship ilienda na hapo.
So you got to know the character that you never knew before. Now there is always a question: why, how?
Unajua, I feel like the reason as why alinijibu, there was a third party in this relationship. There was a third party in it. So it's like unajua, people are funny, both men and women. Mtu ameanza kumfurahisha tena talking stage, ako kwa relationship, sasa anaona huyu mtu is the vibe, wewe sasa yani ni takataka, not knowing huyu mwenye hii kitu imeanza nayo kama moto hivi, kuna time pia itakaa tu kama ile nyingine. So it's really better for you to nurture what you have, because there are ups and downs. It's not like, it's not like when you are up, you are good with the guy, and when there are low moments, you look for another person for solace, something like that. So ilikuwa kitu kama hiyo. And then I was wondering why was this happening, because our relationship was so young. It was barely a month old. Mbona akaanza ku... That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I get you. Now, this is all coming from the perspective of not knowing someone until some time. Getting to know someone. Now, that's why we have knowledge. That's why we have education. That's why you went ahead and read a book. So you'd gain knowledge of what will I do when this time comes. You got a story. But this person does not give you just a story. I bet so. I bet he also give you a perspective where you know what to do when this comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so when this happens, you get to know that if this happens in my family, then I know that maybe I should there should be a talk between the two of us.
Because
there should be an explanation.
Kama huyo akishanijibu hiyo eti niko na experience kadhaa, na that's why with me it took me such a long time. That book is called Sacred Search. Yeah, for you to get someone who is really going to treat you well, to avoid maneno ya violence ambayo watu wanaongea kwa mitandao. Pia you must be careful. Watu unawashikia mimba hapa nje, kama wasichana usishike tu mimba manze. Juu huyo mtoto atakuwa na nyinyi for the rest of your lives. And so ukishika tu mimba na mtu hujamjua vizuri, that's so wrong. Because personally, mimi sasa mtu anishikie mimba, I'm going to be obliged to get married to that person, because mimi sitaki my kids wakwe raised na mtu mwingine ambaye si mimi. That's why I'm being very, very careful. Mimi mtu akishanionyesha tabia kama hizo, wewe ndio mtu eti can we talk, wewe ongea tu nasikia. Wewe ndio mtu tukishaingia pale kwa nyumba atakuwa zile za socks ziko kwa kichwa yako.
No. Now let me tell you, what you're not capturing here is that people are different, and not everyone is perfect, and you won't find what you're looking for. You're the one who is to look. That's why I'm saying
I feel like you can always find what you're looking for.
Yeah, you can always find what you're looking for, and then something will happen that you said that you're not knowing someone until some time. Now you'll say, I knew what I got, but now what is this? This is not what I wanted.
Character-wise, you see, kuna hiyo, na kuna zingine tu, yani, kuna vitu zingine mwanamke tu haizi hide.
There was change.
Unaona vitu kama, unaona kitabia kama wewe nimekushow. And a violent woman haizi hide. Kuna tu kitu itatokea tu hivi, and she's out there ameshani ni alafu tena anakuja mimi niko na experience mingi ambayo sasa nikikwambia I feel like God loves everyone to a point, anakuonyeshaga both sides of the script. Sasa usome wewe uamue kama utaendelea kushoot movie ya hii script umesoma, because mimi kila mtu ambaye nime-meet, kuna wengine tulienda naye out akatamani my friend, tuliachana ni hapo, like I don't
No, I'm getting your problem. I'm not a relationship advisor, but what I'm telling you is that you're not going to get everything perfect, or you're not going to get what you want always perfect, or you're not sometime, though ziko yes, but sio kila time unaenda kupata kitu perfect.
No.
Now let me tell you
what you should do. I haven't said that I'm going to get everything perfect.
Yeah,
but
no.
What I mean, hapa kwa character lazima tu kuna rachungi wajaka bana, rachungi, you must use rachungi very well. Usiende na mtu juu uanze kujiambia no one is perfect. No, character wise, mtu akutreat vibaya alafu kuzile za wacha nikae tu hakuna mtu no, hapo nimekata juu.
Now that's where comes solutions.
Which solution?
Every person you're going to find on your way is going to be an experience with you if you're going to continue with this.
Bad.
No, you should know that. Now let me finish this first.
Okay.
You should know that ukipata who you next. Now the person you're going to find next, you're going to go and maybe you're going to think, or maybe you're going to say that this is perfect, it's going out well. And then there is a point in time when it's going to come, utasema, now what is she doing? What is this? This is not what I expected. Are you going to run out again because you think this is not what I want?
Let me tell you what I mean. There are some basic necessities that must be met. You know, there are tertiary stuffs, and there are some things which are very basic. We have in a relationship there has to be respect. If there's no respect, if someone does not respect you, if someone is not giving you the much respect needed, part ways with that person with immediate effect.
Talking stage. Continue.
You get? So mimi hizo vitu zote nimekwambia, zote zinakuja zinaingia na kwa respect. Mtu kama haoni your value to a point anaanza kuflirt na mtu na mjaachana, that is disrespect. Run for your dear life. That's why hizo ndo vitu zinakuja pale baadaye mnaanza kusema gender kiango based violence, tusaidieni.
No, relax. Don't run. Don't run. Find solutions.
Sasa solution mimi by the way.
Wait, no, that's why we nurture relationships. Wezi anza relationship na mruke mwanze tu kudate. That's why we have talking stage. That's why you tell someone what you want. Like someone like you should be someone when you're getting into a relationship, you should be telling the other party, I want someone who gives me respect. I'll give you respect. I want someone who is good character-wise. My character will also be good.
Na kama umesema,
you should not just go into that relationship because you see this girl is beautiful, and because in character-wise umemsoma, you've been silently reading her, and now you know that huyu character yake ni nzuri. Ameficha zingine. You should be telling her, I know we are different.
Yeah, kuna zenye anaweza feature, but respect hapa. Manze respect ikae tu yani.
Yeah.
Lazima tu line.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, don't run.
Sasa
make your point clear. I want respect in this relationship.
Let me tell you. Here is a case where you all lay down the rules. Umesema this is what I want from you. This is what I expect from you. And nyote tu mkakubaliana, and then after 1 week unaona anakuja behave contrary to what you agreed. Na hii foundation ambayo mliweka pamoja, yeye mwenyewe anakuja kuvunja hii foundation. Anakuja anachimba, hii foundation wacha nijenge nyingine. Unaona? Hapo, that's why mimi sijasema tu kimbie. Kuna hizo vitu mlishaweka pamoja. Unaona they are not being met. That's why I've said it is disrespect.
Yeah, no.
Not before mweke hizi rules. Wewe mwenyewe pia unajua. Sahi kama na flat na wewe and you are in another relationship, it is wrong. Hata before your guy tells you it's wrong, you know very well deep down in your conscience that it's what? It's wrong. Mbona lazima tu ungoje mtu akuje na rules? And you know very well it's wrong. Si unaona hapo nimekupata off guard.
In your case.
Not in my case. Yeah, I'm speaking for everyone, by the way.
No, you're not speaking for everyone because people are different. You're going to say here that if this happens, then you should be doing this. Someone else out there is going to follow what you're saying. Say it in your perspective.
So unaona hapa Donna anasema eti Vivian hapo ni uongo. Kuna zingine tu red flag.
Now, if you see it as a red flag, then raise that issue. Talk about it. If it is not talk worth, then leave it alone. There is talking stage. That's why if you're a criminal or if you're being suspected of a crime, you're given time, you're given something, an opportunity to prove yourself as guilty or not. Yeah, now if you find that, like you found that your lady was giving you this negative whatever, you should have said, no, why is this lady giving me this negative side? You should have talked. You should have talked because that is what you wanted. You wanted her. You should have talked to her.
Unaona kuna vitu vingine Vivian kuna vitu vingine.
After kumongelesha na ukapata, this one is not going to work. That is when you leave it alone. But after talking,
unaona sahi tuseme mimi na wewe we right after this tuseme manze kuna venye mimi nataka tujenge familia,
lakini tusiende kusema
tunaweza sema tujasema tunaenda kusema bali tunaweza sema.
Okay.
So tume agree vitu zote ziko sawa, vitu zote vinaenda tu sawa, and then after some time vitu vinaanzanga ku erupt kama baadaye, basi mabadaye sana, because there are people who can't really hide their character for so long. Unaona nimekuweka pale kijani, and then uko hapa, you're just resting, you see me coming kwa nyumba with another lady, nimekuja pale na nikaingia na yeye kwa kitanda yangu, maybe tuseme wewe ulikuwa umeketi pale jikoni ama maybe kwa sitting room, si ndio? We go straight into bed and do our stuff, and then we are out, uko tu hapo kwa nyumba, and then ninarudi uko tu sawa na mimi. Sijui wewe kama utakuwa sawa na mimi ama nitarudi nipate you are long gone, because wewe venye unaongea ni kama mtu ataningojea tu aseme baby that was so wrong, never do that again. Unaona kuna vitu zingine they are so basic, hata kama tujaongea I expect some respect to be just laid down by the parents from where you came from, kuambie hii na hii ni mbaya, hata before hata ufundishwe vitu vingine unaonanga tu yani.
Now, sasa kuna hii clip niliona TikTok.
Ngoja hata clip. Kuna kitu umesema hapo sijabambika nayo. Eti you sit down and talk. Unaongea nini?
What should you do?
Kama mimi nimekuja nikafanya hizo vitu nimefanya na that lady. What will you do before we
What will I do?
You umesema eti ongea. Unaongea nini na ushawa?
Number one, before this comes, what is causing you to come with another woman to the house?
Ni tamaa.
Ni tamaa. Then if I know it is tamaa, people come into agreement. Before I start violence, I should know why this is coming up. That's why you find in some cases unapata hata before watu waanze kupigana kwa nyumba, unapata okay, you came with the woman, ukaenda naye, and then when you came back alone, the woman will start, why are you doing this to me? Atauliza why. Ataanza kuongea hapo vituko and stuff, and then your next stuff what we'll do is umesikia mention kawadi kabaya tu kamekuumiza hapo ndani ya maongezi yake because of the anger she has. Ukampiga.
You see, the reason why I'm saying this is because you saw this red flag and then you still stayed. That is why this violence is now coming in, because we can still talk, we can still make things right, he'll change. And kuna red flags zingine manze usingoje.
Mimi sijui bali kitu ilitoka. Hii ya makosa ya kwanza sio makosa, makosa ya pili sio makosa.
Ya tatu ndio makosa.
Ya tatu ndio makosa. Now I don't know where this came from. I can't tell. But ati sasa juu umekuja na mwanamke kwa nyumba for the first time. Mimi nibebe bag zangu nitoke. When we started this from a very long time. We started this from somewhere. I want to know why is it being ruined right now.
So bado utastay?
No, I won't stay. I'm not someone in violence. No, I'm not someone to be diminished. I'm not someone to be done for that. But I have to know why. Before I pack my bags and leave, why is this happening?
So you want to leave?
If you're going to say that ati ini red flag sasa nitoke, then you're still in a relationship. That relationship ndogo ile ya watu wa high school na ya watu wa campus.
No, that's not
the red point. Flags. If you're in a serious relationship, then you'll want to know why.
You see, kuna vitu zingine na mimi pia nyinyi pia nawaambia manze. Kuna vitu zingine sieti za high school, za campus. There's certain this is someone you are going to
Will you be leaving all your relationship because of red flags?
Sikia Kenya najaribu kusema. This is someone you're going to stay with for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And remember, infatuation why in last 6 months or so, maybe kama mmeshaoana. Baada ya hapo sasa inakuanga on off. Sasa zingine haiko. Unaona tu huyu mtu ni kama she's your sister, he's your brother. Unaona? So if you get to that point ambaye sasa you guys are tolerating each other, this let me just say this, no love, but then love ndio kitu inakuwa ina sustain relationship. Niseme hiyo infatuation haiko, na mtu haja kuheshimu, mtu anakujibu venye anataka, hiyo ndio kenye inaletanga kitu kama hiyo. Mtu anakujibu venye anataka juu haja kupenda, anakujibu bana, wewe fanya kenye unataka bana, ukipenda urudi kwenu. Why is this happening? Because this person does not love you, she does not respect you. So isn't it vitu zingine? This is someone you're going to spend your life with.
Yeah.
So you really have to be very careful from the very beginning. Wachana na hiyo maneno unasema siji high school campus. Kuna vitu zingine I never did them way back. Sikuwa mtu wa by the way kitambo, na hii ni kitu pia naweza ambia fans. Do not overexpose your kids to soap operas. Mimi nilijiexpose to soap opera to a point. Nilijua a man has to fight for a lady no matter what. Hata msichana jaribu akutaki namna gani, you have to fight for her to stay. Manze nilikuwa fala bana. I used to fight for them to stay, not knowing that was for the movie. So I knew, ndio maana nakwambia how you raise your kids. I knew that was the way to go. Lazima mwanaume afightie. Unaona ile Romeo and Juliet. You have to fight. If you don't fight, she will leave. So, and that was so wrong of me to do that. So, vitu tunasema they're very real. Someone can relate nazo. Unaona? Mtu unaenda kuishi nayo for the rest of your life. Ufai kuvumilia vitu zingine ukishaona some red flags are so red hot. Ukikaa tu hivi kidogo unachomeka, jamani bado uko zile za let me vumilia, let me wait for me jaribu kuambia by the way, kuna zingine ukiona hata ufai kungoja kuuliza eti hiyo ni nini umefanya. Ushaona uko umefanya nini? Hiyo ni nini? Why wait?
Everyone knows there is respect. So if it gets to a point mtu alete msichana mwingine kwa nyumba, or wewe mwanamke ulete mwanaume mwingine kwa nyumba, then there must have been something that has happened to cause that. There must have been some red flags from below to cause that. And that is a hot red flag that you should not be waiting for. So if you know the reasons, why should you wait? If it is a first time thing that is happening, you can want to know the reason. You can want to know the reason. If someone mbona ulitoka kwa ndoa yako? Ati ni juu alileta mwanamke mwingine kwa nyumba. And what happened before alete mwanamke mwingine kwa nyumba? Do you know what happened? No, I don't know. Ni hata utaenda kujibu. Ni hata sijui nini ilifanyika. Alianza tu kuleta wanawake kwa nyumba. You don't have a reason for that happening. What if it happens in the next relationship? Are you going to leave because it happened? No, because you knew the reason of why it happened. If you are the problem, leave knowing I'm leaving and I'm going to
just add this. Sasa, venye amesema hujawahi experience hiyo maneno juu, ndio maana unaongea hivyo. Hata mimi naweza sema hujawahi experience hiyo maneno juu.
Sijai experience. Yeah. I say sijai experience. Wewe ushai experience. You have the knowledge. What are you doing about your knowledge?
Mimi run.
Why are you running? Are you going to run all the time?
Let me
until
tell
you find what is perfect. Are
exactly.
You going to run?
Run.
When you'll find perfect is not perfect. Are you going to
perfect
run?
Perfect is usually perfect huwa haipatikani, but then kuna mtu anasema aliwahi sema there are things, there are certain red flags unaweza ishi nazo because everyone is a red flag. Hata mimi ni red flag. Kuna zenye unaweza ishi nayo. Kuna time Barack Obama sijui alikuwa ananaka some people on how to vote. Alikuwa anasema you see these leaders ambao tunawachagua, not any leader, no leader in the entire universe will eradicate all the problems zenye amesema ata nini ata etio I'm going to eradicate poverty. Oh, I'm going to look for I'm going to give you people jobs. Oh, I'm going to do this. They are not going to do all that. They are not going to solve all your problems. But then what the leaders, most of them will do, some will make your life easy. Some will make your life difficult. So which one do you go for? Someone who is at least going to make your life easier, but it's not like going to solve all your problems, but then it's going to make your life easier. There's no why pia nakwambia you should run, mazena mkimbie, ni kwa sababu
msikimbie.
Ni kwa sababu kuna tu watu wazuri. Kuna watu wazuri, by the way, and they'll make your life easy. They'll make decision. They'll ease decision making in the house. They'll just make your soul to be so at peace with everything. Kuna sijui kama wewe umewahi experience maneno. There are people ukikuwa nao kwa relationship, you feel so at peace. Everything is so smooth. You feel so good. But then there are people ukiwa nao yani from just right from stalking stage, there's chaos in your mind. Haja kuonyesha red flag yoyote, but then you feel this something is not working. Yeah, kuna hii intuition ama inaitwangu aje, the gut. The gut is usually very right. Inakwambia manze kitu haibizwa. Manze yule msichana ni mrembo sana. Wacha tu tuone kama fanya kama haitawaka. Manze yule msichana amebeba sana. Wacha tu manze amebeba manze mimi siachi. So unaona vitu kama hizo.
Unaona red flags, lakini because of some reasons
manze amebeba.
Manze. Sasa wewe mwenye unaongelelea red flags, why do you see a red flag and still continue?
Juu amebeba manze.
Because that is something you think from hiyo sasa ni kitu ya hiyo sasa ni influence. Yeah? Mbona reason yake ya kubeba? Juu unajua ukitembea na yeye huko nje, people are going to say wow, akona mtu siku hizi. Lakini wewe unajua hii ni red flag. Kwani you won't find another person who was bebered like that?
Ndio maana nakwambia mimi kuna wenye wanakupatia tu peace. Lakini hawajabeba. So you want to conform manze, yani
that's why people grow.
Na sijui mbona wasichana wenye umebeba most of them hawana character. By the way, buni ambie wewe ni msichana umekana wasichana wengi wenye umebeba wamebeba wenye hawajabeba.
Ati wenye wamebeba hawana character. See, because they feel themselves, wako juu. They know this is what you want. And I have it. Come get it. Na wewe na hiyo kicha yako yote. Unaenda tu.
Kwani
yeah, they know what you want, and that's why unajua mtu akishatugundua, hata ukishagundua you are cute and many women want you, you'll be a playboy.
No.
Women are so seductive or whatever that uwezi, kuna wengine tu uwezi resist. So if you're told that you're so cute and handsome and you know it in your brain here that you're so cute and handsome, and many ladies are after you, maintain
hapana,
even in flirting stage. That's why hata Mungu aliweka temptation
si Mungu aliweka, ni shetani aliweka.
Okay, hata kama ni shetani aliweka ama ni Mungu aliweka, there is temptation in life, meaning life is wavy. It is not perfect all through. So you should not run, my friends. Don't run.
Yani uone red flag kama uishi.
Don't run. And don't live in it too. And that's why we are talking about GBV. We are against it and we are against violence. And that's why we have purple profiles. We don't run. We look for solutions. As women, we are not running from whatever we are serving. We are looking for solutions out there. We are voicing out. We are advocating. Ndio ule mwingine mwenye amenyamaza ajue kuna wengine hapa nje pia wana suffer from this and they are giving out their voices. Come up.
Mimi bado sijakubaliana na wewe. Mimi kwa hiyo point ya disrespect. I know. And that's why I was giving you my own advice that depends. If disrespect is your main point in a relationship, kuna wenye
issue in a relationship, talk about it.
Kuna wenye respect si main.
Unajua vile wewe sasa unaona respect is what you want. And us, we are here talking about GBV going against it. We are voicing out what we want. Voice out what you want. Not only women suffer from GBV. Also men suffer from GBV. And they're silent. Voice out what you want.
Kuna mwanaume anaweza kaa tu kwa relationship na sema yeye hapa. Yes, so long as tu unampea na umpei respect, wewe unampea vitu vingine na sio respect hata kama. You umesema mimi yangu ni respect. You know, respect is very basic.
No.
Respect ndio SI you need. Yes, don't so SI you need.
Kama respect ni SI unit ingekuwa kwa laws.
Iko kwa laws ya Mungu, by the way.
Wewe huyu Mungu wako atakumaliza.
Mungu ni Mungu wangu na ni Mungu wako
atakumaliza. There's some things that you should just be looking into yourself.
Mungu ni Mungu wangu na ni Mungu wako pia. So useme
you should not be depending on one side.
God.
Utaishi tu kuacha watu because of respect.
Or
you are going to find someone who is giving you respect na kuna kitu wakupi.
Hiyo ni nini anipi?
I don't know. There is something that you're going to miss. What are you going to do? Are you going to come back and say again that I want this because I feel it is basic? It is your feelings. It is your gut that is telling you respect is a must. Yeah, we give people respect.
Mimi naye hapa.
And that's why we learn.
Kama umejua, so long as there is respect, mtakubaliana in almost everything. Mtacompliment almost in everything. Kama mna compliment atakupea kila kitu unataka.
Sasa unasema ati respect is basic. Some people are out there saying love is basic. Some people are out there saying people have their own different
let me now tell you
different ideas.
Biblia imesema women respect your husbands, and then husbands love your wife, meaning a woman will show love to a man through respect. You get? So it is unaona respect and love. It's one. It's like one thing. It's just something that is so intertwined that cannot be separated. You get? So as a woman, kuna tu atakuonyesha heshima ndio uone as a man, mimi ukinionyesha heshima, that's a sign of love. But then men, they are the people who express that love. You peleka out, you kununulia nguo nzuri, you kukuita majina matamu. That's how they express their love. But then a woman, they express their love through your respect. You can't just be walking with your husband and then you meet men there, naanza kuwahage. Like, hizo ni nini?
Those are your perspectives. Now, there is this thing that I wanted to tell you and you're not allowing.
Okay, tell me.
Now, I was talking about something that I saw somewhere, and I feel it was kind of educating. So there is this Mhubiri pastor. I have no belief in CU or maybe in Catholic, but I saw this clip somewhere. Huyu pastor alisema, there are times in a family where you're in a relationship, mshakuja from very far, long distance, then there comes a point when you tell your woman, bibi yangu, nipeleke maji bathroom. Bibi atapeleka, because you are the husband of the house. And then, ulale. Usiende kutumia hiyo maji ya kupelekea bathroom, you sleep. Kesho uamke akuuliza na huko utasema, nilikuwa nimechoka. Nasema, ni sawa. Kesho yake tena useme, or another day you say, nipeleke maji. Apeleke, and you don't go. You say, nilikuwa nimechoka. The third time you're going to tell this woman, nipeleke maji. Ushaisikia mtu akisema hivyo? Atapeleka lakini, hata nipeleke, hata oga. Napeleka tu. Now, this pastor was referring to sometimes mwanamke kuanza kutokuheshimu inaanzianga vitu ndogo ndogo usizozijua. Some very little things that you don't notice. Women are me, I don't know if women are complicated because I don't know. But somehow it is said, somehow it is said that women are complicated in different ways. I know I'm complicated in a different way. I'm not like another woman. But
what's your complication?
Now, leave alone that part. Leave alone that part. I also don't know my complication. So what I'm saying, what this pastor was saying is, disrespect starts in very little ways, depends. Kama huyu ni maji ilifanya mwanamke aanze kukosa heshima. Si eti aanze kukosa heshima, aanze kukwambia hivyo eti nikakupelekea na utaoga sipeleki. No, you'll just see apeleki, mbona hajapeleka leo? Na hata kwambia reason kwa nini hajapeleka. She'll be silent. And you'll be like, this woman has started disrespecting me. Whilst you don't know, you're the one who has brought this disrespect. You told her, take that maji, akapeleka, and you didn't use it. And she was, hata nimpeleke. Atasema kwa roho, hata nimpeleke, hata tumia. But itakuja hiyo day ulikuwa unataka uitumie. Na hajapeleka. Kwa roho yake anajua nampelekeanga na atumie. What's the reason of taking it there? Atakuwa kwa roho yake ashaanza hiyo heshima ishaanza kuja hivyo kidogo kidogo, imeanza kukosekana kidogo kidogo. Now, this is what happens. It begins from very little things that you don't notice. And then it happens and it happens and it happens and then it grows big and then you say this is big disrespect. Well, you don't know it came from you. Akuombe pesa kadogo, umwambie leo sina, kesho akuombe sina. Kesho kutwa akuombe bado sina.
Then the third time you disrespect him now.
No, I don't disrespect him. I'll stop asking. You'll ask yourself, mbona aniombi? Kwani siku hizi anaomba nani? Start coming up with thoughts from your head. Kwani siku hizi anaomba nani? Mbona aniombi? Si eti mbona kuombi?
Kama ana.
Yeah, tell me sina. But it's not all the time utakosa. It's not all the time wewe utaishi tu eti mimi siendi kuoga, nimechoka, mke wangu nimechoka. Now, what I'm saying is, in a relationship you should be noticing little things and you should not wait for them to grow so you can air them out.
So,
that's why you start a relationship at a talking state.
Wewe basi umesimamia pande gani?
Mimi
Mara you talk about it, mara usikimbie, mara wait.
What I'm saying usikimbie, I'm giving you a solution of talking. I'm giving you a solution of talking. And I'm also, in me bringing up this story, see it naileta ndio i-support case yangu. Naileta ndo ujue why these things come up. Why does disrespect come up? And what should you do when disrespect come up? You should look for a background of why this disrespect is coming up.
So you believe that mtu hii example yenye mimi nilipeana yenye out of nowhere mtu tu ameamua kukujibu venye anataka juu ana feel she's in a new environment and she can do what she wants because she's beautiful. You can do nothing about it.
There are some basic knowledges. There are some basic knowledge that we have. Kuna tu kale ka knowledge uko nayo. That's why you learn. That's why you read books and get different stories and you see things from out here. That is knowledge. That is just this thing that you know. This is not right. Sio lazima uambiwe or sio lazima akuambie. You just know that this is not right. Now what should I do?
What do you mean by you saying this is? Umejua hapo umeongea in tongues ama sijui umeongea sijakuelewa. Wewe umesema tu there are things you know this is not right. Sasa sijui kama ni
history yako ya
kama ni mimi ama
history yako ya notice she's disrespectful, then you stop the relationship
immediately.
Why do you stop the relationship immediately?
Because
you feel you're going to find another relationship that is fine.
I don't believe so, but what I believe, I should be treated with utmost respect. What I garbage out is what should be garbage in. Siwezi kuwa mimi napeana my best and then someone gives me her worst. That's why I'm usually very fair with someone who nishaanza kumuita my partner. I usually give my best. So I don't expect nikishapeana my best and then mtu ananiambia eti ongea tu nasikia. Na mimi nimekuuliza very politely, hey, are you busy right now ama tunaweza ongea tu nasikia. Kwenda huko.
What if huyu alikuwa tuna issues zake akakujibu huko, then after some time arudi akuulize, no, why are you so silent? What will you say?
You see, let me tell you, there are some precedent stuff that lead to another. There is not why we have to stop it immediately because kuna vitu nilianza kuonaona and they were building up. This is someone mwenye alikuwa na type text kama paragraph akinijibu and I was loving it. And then all of a sudden when you third party iliingia, I just felt that third party iliingia. Text zangu zikaanza kukua moja zile. Okay, cool, sawa. And then ikafika point she's so silent, kuja ukianza kumuongelesha ni yeye wa kwanza ana feel guilty, anaanza kusema I was busy doing this and this, so that's why I haven't been talking. So ni yeye ana feel guilty, anaanza kujieleza hata hujauliza. You get? So when it got to that point najibiwa hivyo, I knew I had already gathered enough information for me to what? Leave. Because nilishaona hapa si kwangu tena. You get? So it's not like I left immediately. Kuna vitu lazima
uliona.
Yeah.
You saw red flags.
And
you kept quiet because you still wanted to see more. And you saw more and it made you leave.
Ile unaona kama hii ready kwa hapa. kuna red dark kabisa hapa ndani na kuna ile si unaona venye red iko. So ni kitu inaanza kubuild. The more inaingia ndani, the more inakuwa dark red. So there's no way. Kuna ndemani nilikwambia kuna zile reds unaweza tolerate. Na kuna ile red ikifika, ile red ya red plasma. Mimi naitwa hiyo tafadhali kimbia bwana. Mimi naambia kimbieni bwana.
And Banz is a good advisor to you men who want to listen to him. Now, let me tell you, Banz. It is okay to run away. But before you run away, that's why we have maturity. Tell the woman, you've done this wrong. I can't do this. See it. Wewe unajua unaambia hao watu eti run. Wewe uliacha tu, ulistop. Why don't you tell them, I told this woman this is something I cannot do.
Nasi nilimwambia. Imagine before that.
Good. Tell them run, but tell them this is something I cannot do. I can't stay in a relationship where I'm disrespected. Kama umechoka na mimi niambie, I'm leaving.
Bado uambie mtu kama umechoka na mimi.
Okay, what I'm trying to make my point here is mention before leaving.
But I don't think that's important because mtu kama hizo vitu zote mtu anafanya. People always know what that means. Sasa wewe ukiamua kuni disrespect, you know very well. Sasa nikikwambia tafadhali ukikuja next time kuja kama umepaka pons, ndio? Alafu umekuja kama hujapaka. Na nikakuuliza, ulijua tu vizuri tunaenda kupiga picha nzuri, mbona hujapaka? Ni sawa. Paka next time. Next time tena unakuja tu hujapaka hii maneno. Unaona there's a pattern here. Unafanya nini? You know very well that nani na yapendi. Ama sahi
unaifanya.
Sahi nikikwambie tafadhali ukikuja show usikuje na skati nafika hapa. The first time ukuje na skati nafika niliweza. Nikamwambia usikuje na skati inafika hapo tukitembea nje ama anywhere. So you know the next time ni wetu una si eti hauna nguo refu na si eti sijaofa kukununulia refu ama dresses and other stuff. But then you know very well that this that I'm doing is not right, but then you keep doing it. So ndo maana nakwambia unaona hao wenye wao wanakoseana heshima. Wanajua tu vizuri yenyewe I know what I'm doing. Hii ni mbaya lakini let me just keep doing it.
Let me ask you. During COVID-19, why kama watu walijua this is COVID-19, it had been told out, this is COVID, these are the measures you should be taking. Mbona they were still keeping up posts advocating about kuvaa mask? Mbona bado ulikuwa unaambiwa stay 1 feet apart until this wave passed? Why did they continue to say it? Because human is prone to error. They reminded you. But in your relax, in your perspective, advance. In your perspective, in the perspective of a relationship, yeah, there are red flags. You've said it and said it and said it. Now, if you feel that this is not going the right way, for the last time, tell this person, your last time yako yenye unatoka, tell this person, you've been doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this and I've been telling you against it and against it and against it. Now usikizi. What should I do? I'm tired. I can't continue. Don't just run. Don't just run. That's why mtoto akifunzwa from nursery. Ataelewa from nursery, ataelewa from the very first time. You have to teach, make her understand.
what I know with ladies,
they don't just leave them.
Not only ladies. The more you keep voicing your stuff, unajiona unaonekana desperate. They take you to be so desperate. So normally what I see working for most people and what worked for me before is silence that speaks louder than my words ever could. Because the more unaongea na mtu, the more mtu anaonanga tu yani takataka, yani hawezi enda hata mahali, yani ni mimi tu ananiona kitu kama hiyo. So the best thing is to leave, manze. Juu the more unaongea na mtu anajua vizuri, manze, hii kenye nafanya nayo ni mbaya. People know what they are doing. I keep repeating this. You know what you are doing is wrong, but you keep doing it. Someone will only change if they want to change. Sai kama nakunywa pombe, donge I know very well pombe it affect my liver, but then I keep doing it. The more you will talk to me, the more I will keep drinking. But the very day nita decide niseme manze, ipombe inanifanya nilale kwa mitaro, ipombe inanifanya nitusiane na nyango, ipombe inafanya nikirudi kwa nyumba sijielewi, napigana na bibi yangu na si poa. I want to look for ways to live a life that is free from what? Alcohol. That's the very day I will be free. Lakini pale bibi yangu nyumbani ananiambia, manze, stop drinking, without mimi could decide, I will keep drinking. So it is not until someone decides what's good for him or her, they will keep doing it. So mimi tuna bado naambiana wasema mtu kama hajakuheshimu,
it is for you to follow what Adibenz is saying. That is in his perspective, out of what he's experienced, out of what he's seen, out of what he's gone through. Ni yeye. Sasa anakuadvise out of what he's gone through. Mimi si Adibenz, I'm not a man. I've not gone through disrespect. Now I'm advising you out of the knowledge I have.
Wewe mwanaume hajai kukudisrespect.
Why will a man disrespect me? Okay, I'm talking about knowledge here. These are basic things I know. If I know you are disrespectful, why would I stay in your relationship? But before I decide not to stay in your relationship, I'll have told you, I don't want this, and you've been doing it. Now, this is something I cannot continue to be doing. If you see I'm not perfect enough, that's why you're doing that. I'm leaving, so you can find something that is good, that you won't be doing that. So Adibenz is advising you out of his perspective, and I cannot advise him otherwise. So the followers, well and good. Mine is to say, do what you feel is right.
And what is right is running.
No, don't. Apana. Now follow him if you want to follow him. If you believe he's a good leader.
Nilikwambia, there are good people who've shown me what it feels like to be loved. For real.
There are good people who've shown you what it
feels
like what
happened. To be loved. The unfortunate part of this is, even right now, I'm somewhere which is really good. Back then, nilipata mapenzi ambayo was so good. The lady was almost older than me, unaona. And then alinipea heshima nyingine ilikuwa out of this world, unaona. And the love was so good, but then out of my own, zile enzi ni mimi nilikuwa mjinga. I was was looking for very trivial things in a relationship. It was so much into other stuffs, like bana mimi napenda petite, bana wewe kasi petite, kuna kenye nafanya na wewe. So hizo ni vitu zilifanya nika lose track ya ile relationship ikadedi. Naona later on nikaanza kuona madhara zenye naonyeshwa na mapetite stuff. I started crying over the good old days, but then they were not good anymore. So that's why I'm telling you, if you find a good person, keep them. Mimi siku keep yule. That's why later on I had to suffer so much, because you have to suffer because you did let someone suffer in your hands. So
well, maybe I think it's not because you let someone suffer, it's because we experience, we learn, and we are humans and we live. There are phases in life. So that was your phase, to experience goodness. And then you also had a phase of experiencing the worst. And now you're going to have a phase of experiencing maybe both of them.
I feel like we live in a world where the sin that you do will not go unpunished. No stone will be left on top of another. So that's why if you do someone dirty, and then you just have to. I've seen that happen to people. You can't do someone dirty and then expect to go scot-free. maybe if you want to debate on that, but then you can't do someone dirty. Okay.
Now I've done people dirty and I've done people good. It depends. In your perspective, you're a believer.
Yeah, I'm a believer with me.
Yeah, and you're talking so much about Mungu and Bible. We are all believers. Lakini sasa ukisema if I do someone dirty will do me too.
Yeah, it will come back.
Relax. Wewe ishakurudia, tulia. Mimi acha tu nikujie. Don't make me feel guilty about me.
No, I am not really trying to make. And I didn't know you shaifanyia.
No, sisi nishaifanyia dirty, but what if hata mimi pia nishaifanyia mtu dirty? And then I hear you say that.
It will. I'll
start feeling down and I'll start feeling.
No, don't feel down. Just
that will also do me.
Unaona what you do. You tighten up. Kuna when you go to war, you prepare for that war. So if you know umefanyia by the mazuri yote ambayo umefanya pia, you'll be rewarded. And as well as the mabayas, they will be rewarded in exact measure. Maybe kama viewers wanaona vitu tofauti, but
if I've done you that, pray for me so I don't be done for that too.
Kuna ile inasemwango choices have consequences. And then unaona sahi kuna mtu alikuwa anapeananga example ya if wacha nisome kwanza. Unajua Don is very active hapa anasema eti I think Advance is a good advisor when it comes to relationship.
Oh God.
He has helped me a lot in this part. When you see signs of red flag, don't wait and look for where you belong. Yeah, so Don hapa amesema
Don is in support of you. That's why I was saying, if you're a follower of Adibens, follow at the very footstep of his. My followers. There is also someone out there who supports what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. No,
so if you're a follower of his, follow him right through. But don't come complaining.
No one has ever complained. But
his advice was not the correct one. I think I should have reasoned myself. Now me, I'm saying, yes, it is good to follow his advice. But you as a person, Are you reasoning to yourself too? Or are you just following blindly?
Hizi zangu, si eti ni zangu zenye nimekuja nazo from
your experiences. You're talking from your experiences.
These are very basic stuff. I tell you, I had to go to school of mind and psychology to learn this. For real. They are very basic. How the mind of a man works, how the minds of a woman work.
Now, did you see somewhere that it's very complicated to read a woman, to know a woman?
It's not complicated. A woman,
it's not complicated, and you're telling them to run.
You just run because kama kuna
no,
respect.
Alibas is not good advice. No, he's not good advisor. How can he tell you to run? Why should you run? An advisor doesn't give you an option. An advisor gives you options.
Sasa ustay hapo eti. Mimi siwezi kukuambia ustay manze. Juu ni wewe utaumiza moyo wako.
He's giving you an option. A good advisor gives options.
So wewe
I've given you options. Number 1, follow him. Run. Number 2, run. Before you run, make sure your running is worth it. Number 3, we have growth, we have learning, we have knowledge. What do I do when this phase comes?
Run.
He's saying run, but I'm saying, what knowledge do you have about this? Do you have his knowledge, or do you have a couple of knowledges?
Of course, unaona all of our followers here, they're grown-ups, and they know what is right. Just like I told you, you will do something knowing its consequences and repercussions. You will disrespect me knowing me. Sahi penye huko hautani disrespect, hautafanya kitu alafu sema it was an accident. And then the second time, it was an accident. The third time, accident.
Why are you mentioning first, second, and third?
The one nakwambia that is now disrespect. You run after imekuwa disrespect.
After. Now he's talking.
He's
mentioning 1, 2, 3, and he's mentioning after.
Hii maneno yote nilikuwa nasema wewe uko una rada.
Naradanisha, but I'm trying out. I'm also
disrespect nile umerudia makosa a couple of times. Na nikakupea example
Yeah, you did. You gave me examples. You told me it is something that has happened.
Yeah.
But why are you telling them to run?
Run, mbona bado ukae? Like kama wewe. Mbona bado ukae? Like, then it would be so good to date you kama wewe ni mtu wa kukaa juu.
Anyway, we are going to talk about this, and we are going to be in disagreement because we are two different advisors.
Kuna things which are so basic.
Yeah, you're going to be in support of your point, and I'm going to be in support of my point. What we are saying here is, be a good follower. Be a good follower and follow with reasons.
Donna anasema tena been running.
And you're still running. You're still running.
Skia tena. I think it's 3 times now until I found a better place. So Vivi, acha kudanganya wasichana.
Now, Don, I'm asking you found a better place. Good for you. Are you going to run?
Amesema amepata a better place.
Yeah, it's better, but nothing is constantly better.
Umesikia ameweka better, not best. Nimesema
okay.
Skia tu point yangu tena. I gave you an example na wale politicians. You will be with someone who makes your life what? Easier. Who will make your life better. See at solve every problem, but at solve most of your problems.
Then if you're saying you need something easier, then you should not be mentioning respect as your basic.
Respect
yeah, you should not be mentioning respect as your basic. You should be mentioning everything as basic.
Respect ndio inaleta kila kitu. For real. Hiyo hata waje niseme na kijaka bwana.
Huyo ataongelesha, unajua debates ashapitia. Huyo ataongelesha mtu amepitia na hajapata solution.
Mimi nimepata solution.
Umepata solution?
Ni your respect.
You see? Amepata solution ni respect. Now, it's okay. I can't, like I said, not a relationship expert.
Naona Don hapa amepata nini? Amerana hadi
Good for you, Don. Good for you.
Wewe namna gani? Wewe huwezi peana respect?
Me? Respect is prone. It is something that you give. But I don't say it is basic. Why should I disrespect you? There must be a reason why I'm disrespecting.
So kumaanisha at some point in time you'll have to disrespect.
I'm not saying at some point in time. I'm saying there has to be a reason for disrespect to come up. If you were starting and there was no disrespect, why should it come up in between? Kuna kitu imefanyika ikaleta disrespect.
You allow kuna hiyo room ya disrespect in your life.
Humans have hormones. I don't know if it is hormones that drive us or whatever. I'm not that much into biology, but
sasa hormone
okay, nimesema mimi si mtu wa biology sana, lakini hiyo kitu inaendana na hormone nimesikianga mahali. So imekuja tu. But let me say humans are created differently. We are different. That's why we are learning each other. That's why tulijifunza kuhusu Homo sapiens, tulijifunza kuhusu sijui hizi monkeys evolved humans. I'm talking about knowledge.
You believe tulitoka kwa?
No, knowledge. I don't believe. I'm only giving you examples. I'm telling you, knowledge is sick. Knowledge is something that is there. We learn. And that's why when you're in a relationship, mbona usome mwingine ujue eti huyu ananidharau?
Sheti umemsoma. You don't just soma them. There's a way in which someone should treat you. And if you're not treated that way, that is now, sheti umemsoma. Usomi mtu. Kuna wenye mnafaa kuishi. Na kama hamjaishi hivyo, mtu wako mko kwa relationship alafu anakwambia, wewe mbona si kama nani? What is that?
Ati wewe mbona si kama nani? See, you just tell him. Kwani unataka nani?
Ndio maana nakwambia hizo zote ni madharau. Sasa ni kwambia wewe mbona una nyashi kama hizo ni nini?
Mimi nitakwambia kama unataka hiyo nyashi si uende.
Vitu kama hizo sasa. Yeah, so mbona hauna chest kama nani?
Kwani time alikuwa anaanza na wewe, hakujua una chest kama nani? Hakujua una nyash kama nani? You see, also you people should look what you're getting into. Why did you go for that? Hiyo yenye ina nyash. Ndio ulisikia story nje eti yenye ina nyash ndio iko na respect. No, go for something when you know that this is what I want and what I'm going for is right. Si eti juu umesikia huko nje ndio uende kuuliza eti wewe mbona hauna. Alafu utafeel ati I'm only asking this juu it's a joke or it's just something that came up, mimi nauliza tu lakini nakupenda. Yeye atafeel ni madharau. Wewe utafeel ni joke. Mbona uende kitu kama hiyo alafu kuje kuuliza mbona hana?
Yeah, so venye tu nilisema kuna zile madharau zenye mtu tu atakuonyesha hapo kwa talking stage. Na this guy that I used to follow so much kitambo, alikuwa anasema red flags ni vitu unaona from the second day. You will know if someone is too extreme for you in the second day, or if he or she is having some red flags that you can bear from the second day. So ile tu kitu nilikwambia, we usually have other things that drives us so crazy. Oh, the guy has the massive chest, oh, the lady, oh God, the nyash, the calves, oh, the voice, naona vitu kama hizo. Those are very superficial things to fight to base our points on those. They are deep things that we should be looking for. Is this person anajua kupika na anajua kutenda wema? Is she having a larger heart? Can she accommodate my guests? Can she withstand adversity? Hizo ndo vitu tunafaa kuangalia by the way, lakini sisi manze unyashi manze. Damn. Unaona vitu hizo. So hizo ndo vitu zinaenda pale, unatreatiwa vibaya, zina pile, watu wanaweza kupigana kwa nyumba, zina lead to GBV. Niko pale, let's voice this. Na ni wewe tu mwenyewe ulikuwa unaona chest kutoka kitambo inakubamba. So ni chest. Haiwezi sustain relationship.
Okay.
So from day one, kama unaona ni chest unataka keep kwa relationship, usikuje kulia baadaye eti gender based violence or whatever. Kana chest iko nini. Na kama ndio maana mimi nimesema I had to run a couple of times. Na nimekimbia. Kuna mtu alikuwa wewe umekaa kwa nini aje. Kuna zingine nakaanga hata haifiki hata 1 week. There's something that I'm looking
for.
Na kama haiko, I just have to run. Haita matter nimekimbia mara ngapi. But there has to be a fruit.
You don't call that running. Relationship hata zitachukua 1 week, you don't call running. That is learning.
Yeah, so nimekwambia tu
the person you should be telling to run ni mwenye ashaona this is toxic. Now run. It's hot, hotter than it should be. Now run.
Ndio maana nimekwambia from the second day mtu anafaa kuwa amejua.
No, not from the second day.
It's second day for real.
You don't learn everything in this world in 2 days time.
Si eti una learn. Nimekwambia kuna your gut is playing a bigger role. Your gut is playing a bigger role.
Second day utafanya watu wengi waache relationships zenye wamepata. You don't know someone in 24 hours or in 48 hours time.
Si eti unawajua. Kuna tu kitu itakwambia huyu si sawa. Si eti umewajua completely. Your gut ni kitu inajuanga.
Then don't make your point for the first time at you. Sasa sisi tushakuwa we are dating. That's why.
Kuna ile yenye umejua there are a couple of times my gut has always been against some things that I've been doing, but then I'm always like, let me experience. Umeniambia nisiende, let me just go and experience. So kuna hiyo ambayo gut yangu ime. And I know there are a couple of people wenye pia wameni. Hata wewe there are things that you've done contrary to your gut.
Contrary to my gut.
And then it didn't come out as you wished it to come out. I know I'm right.
Yeah, you're right, because we learn. I'm still pointing it to learning and experiencing.
But me nakwambia tu one day you learn that it's better to run than to stay waiting for explanations. Because mtu atakuwa na kuconvince, and these people they are having ile tongue ya snakes.
Yani
umeona mtu amekuja amelala na msichana mwingine kwa kitanda. Na umekuja kuongojea explanation, anakuja ndiye ana convince babe hadi ni wewe unamuomba msamaha. babe, I'm sorry for overthinking and overreacting. Ai! Unaona? So watu wako na hiyo the viper mouth wanaweza kuconvince na hadi kitu unaona ni kama wanasiasa. Ana convince na kitu unaona tu ina iwezi. Na unakuja tu na believe manze inawezekana. So that's why I'm saying there's no need for you to wait for an explanation. They will always convince you until ujipate, let me give it another try. And then you keep giving, I know, at a change venye amesema, let me just give it another try. You will give this thing another try until it's 10 years.
That's why you're there to advise them. Don't give them more than 3 tries.
10 years hapa.
You'll go dead.
10 years umejua the more unakana mtu, ushaona kamba yenye ng'ombe anafungwa na venye imekuwa weaved. So the more unaikana mtu, the more your soul inakuwa soul tie inaongezeka. Na mnazidi kufungana to a point yenye kuachana ni balaa. Ukitaka kuacha mtu yani unafikiria tu God. So imefika point yenye it's a do or die. So umemwacha and you are so much depressed. You can't just do this on your own, but then you have to leave. That's why mimi ndio maana nasema mbio ni kitu ya maana sana from hizo first stages za kwanza. Mbio ni paramount. Kama umeona kitu ni so much unbearable, mbio is the way to go.
That's why we're doing advocacy. Right now we are advocating against GBV. And advance he is giving you good advices. Run. Run if you can while it's still early. Run. That is also a solution. Run.
Yeah.
But we also have a bigger solution. Voice out.
Vitu nimekwambia tu vitu vinaleta GBV. By then nimezisema. Tunaangalia vitu venye hatufai kuangalia. Oh, nyash. Nyash sasa umeingia nayo pale nyash is not nyashing anymore. Kama mimi nimekwambia nilikuwa naangalia petite kitambo. Manzi. Petite ladies are so sweet in bed, their speed is so on fire. But then, that's not everything. Utapata petite anakujibu venye anataka na unakasirika hapo, unaanza kumzaba makofi. Haya, mtu wa machest ama pesa, tuseme kuna venye sijui mukuchu. Akona mukuchu.
Eti akona mukuchu.
Sasa mtu wa mukuchu anakuanga na madharau by the way. Juu anaona hauna pesa zako, ni wewe lazima udepend kwake. So pia atakuwa na kuzabazaba makofi venye anataka. Juu you are looking for money, not knowing that money that's not a foundation to build you're building your house on the sand, where when the strong winds and rain comes, you'll be swept away. So building a house on a good foundation is building a house on a solid rock where there is peace of mind, and this peace of mind comes as a result of respect, because you did not come to this man because of the money or the resources that this man has, but then you came because you love this person, because you saw in him, you saw peace, or in him you find peace, in him or in her as well you find peace. You find love, you find graciousness, this ikitu ambayo nataka inaitwaje, huyu kindness. Yeah. So those are very solid foundations that you can build your relationship on. Someone is kind, someone is forgiving, because sieti nimesema ni if there's respect, everything will work. There are times you will falter, you will slide, but then it doesn't mean you disrespect. There are just instances where you find yourself backsliding, doing certain things which are not right. Is this person having a big heart enough to accommodate that and forgive you once more, once you say you're sorry? Kuna watu wengine tu yani ukiwaambia why don't you even say sorry? Pole bas. Even hey.
Aliweza kwa
Mtu
kiburi huyu. Mjue hiyo huyu hapa na kiburi.
Mtu anakuambia pole bas. Aye, mimi hata hiyo sikufogi.
Ni kiburi hiyo.
Mimi niambie
tu uko naye ndani yako. If she does this, I'm not into that.
Niambie tu babe, I did this and I'm so sorry. So at least let's start our argument from that. Mimi nimekuja nipata manze to wache nakapodi wechi ngoyo kacha daki kelo giaot so you are not even sorry. Pole bas.
Ushafi mbaya. Si amesema pole.
Pole bas.
Okay, it's not in the perfect way, but si amesema pole.
Pole bas. You see, when I unatetea vitu vingine na joke.
Si nazitetea cause nisipotetea, nisipotetea, some of them are going to believe you as they've started like Don. Huyo mtu anaongea in his perspective. There are something he's saying good and perfect that I'm also in support of. Lakini zikifika zingine ni kiburi yake inaongea, si yeye. Si yeye. Not him.
Hapana.
There are things that he feels nayo ni right. Hata kama si right, yeye ana feel ni right. Yeah, you're talking of some things are right, but some that you feel is right. You feel it is your gut. People have different feelings and guts.
No, mimi nimeongea vitu very basic. But mkiona kitu nimenini comment section iko hapo, mnaweza niambia kitu sijasema, but hiyo ya pole bas hiyo ni mbaya. Sema pole in the right way. Kama you are to say sorry. Hiyo ya pole bas, it seems as if kuna mtu anajoke mahali. Na mtu ako serious na mtu anajoke.
Na maana unapata mtu akijibiwa pole bas, utasikia huyu mwenye amejibiwa anasema kori wache nango kagima, like mbona unaisema sasa, like kama utaki. Kama uko unataka kusema pole si ungeacha. Ndio ule mtu amesema ajue I did not say it right. Na wewe akikwambia pole basi, umenyamaza ukaenda kutoa viatu zako peke yako. Hata jua si mimi nilimwambia pole. And the person will feel right, nilimwambia pole. Lakini wewe unajua kukwambia pole vizuri. Lakini hujamwambia, hujaniambia pole vizuri
lakini hayo yote tumesema, jua heshima ni jambo la busara na ni kitu ya maana sana. Watu waishi wakiwa wameheshimiana kwenye society. Ni nini kwa Kiswahili? Ningependa ni lainisha yote kwa Kiswahili manze na inakataa
tukitia na waji.
Lakini kwenye mazingira ishi kwa heshima, ndio tusiwe tunapatana na mataabu kama haya mapigano ambayo yanatokea miongoni mwa wanaopendana. Naona first, ama jambo la kwanza, ukiwa unataka kuepukana na mambo ya vita, angalia vitu vyenye vinaweza fanya hiyo mapenzi yenu isije ikagonga mwamba. Vitu kama nyashi, siku unaangalia nyashi, siku unaangalia chest, siku unaangalia hiyo nyingine sitaki kusema but kuna vitu vya kuangalia: heshima, moyo wa kupeana. Hiyo nikisema kwa Kiswahili inakaa vibaya. You should have a larger heart. Yeah, kupeana
roho kubwa.
Roho kubwa hiyo. Accommodate everyone. Someone who's willing to forgive, because just like I said, we can slide sometimes, but then when we slide, are we really going to be forgiven? Yeah, so if someone is not willing to forgive, huyo achana nayo. Hata kama ako na nyashi, hata kama sura ni nzuri kiasi gani, achana tu nayo. Hata mimi nimeacha kadhaa, kuna zingine nilikuwa naacha karibu nalia manze, lakini deep down unaona venye nimekwambia kuna red flags zingine nimeona naacha, lakini God, deep down I'm dying. Lakini lazima tu niondoke na virago, unaona. So I am also advocating for the same. Just run, because at the end of the day, beauty won't solve all your problems. Unaona, sniper boy anasema hapo Mayo, asijui yeye anasema Mayo.
Mayo sasa ako
sasa sijui ako na wewe
ako huku. He's like, now where should I go? That's why he was talking about guts, instincts, conscience, things to do with that. It is you, not him. He's only saying this. So you can also get that there are some other perspectives. Lakini you yourself, what is your perspective? Now, whatever he said is very correct. Like I said, he's giving you his perspective. Now, us as women, we are coming out because we feel there are people out there who have voices, who have gone through something and they know the solutions. Now, we are coming out with our purple profile. So you can give us your solutions. What were they? How did they help you? Can you support us so that we can also come out of this? So, the purple profile, we are here in support. So you can have your support, and you can support us, and you can be a survivor just as we are survivors. You can help us find solutions. Is the solution the government? Is the solution you? Is the solution out there somewhere? Help us look for it. Help us come up with this purple profile. Help us advocate, and help us fight against GBV. Remember, it is both genders, not just women. That's why we have the purple profiles.
Nice. So maybe what's your message to men who are suffering silently when you wamekaa hapo juu ya nyashi?
No.
Na wanatuangwa na wanakaa hapo lakini nyashi ni tamu. What's your message to them?
My message to the men: we are fighting against gender-based violence. Gender, we have not mentioned female or male. We've mentioned gender. Now, let us bring a change to break the silence. Utapata ati, even though the men don't want to come out, there are some men who are going to come out. And they're going to inspire the others who do not want to come out to also come out. Not to come out to share your story, because not everyone is comfortable to share their story. But to come out and support this gender-based violence. When you're in support of gender-based, when you're not, okay, what do I say? When you're against gender-based violence and you're supporting us, and there are many voices, okay, why are we voicing out our voices to get help? It's because we know there is help from somewhere. There is something from above us that can help us. What is this that is above us? We want you to come out, help us get this help from above that can help us stop gender-based violence. What are these things? Number one, we have the government. What can they do about this? Number two, we have organizations. What are these organizations doing? Those that support women, those that support circumcision, those that no, they don't support, but they advocate against all of these problems. What are these organizations going to do once they hear our voices? That is what we are looking for. And when we have many voices, unity, then maybe we can be listened to and a solution can come out. And those who are also silent can be helped too. When we have something that is protecting us against gender-based violence, it is not going to mention that Baba Nani is suffering from that gender-based violence. No. It is going to help you to come out. It is going to be silent, but you're going to have somewhere to go to, someone to lean on, a shoulder to lean on, to say your problem. You don't have to tell it to the whole world. We just need your support. And I think this is going to happen on the 21st of November, where we'll be advocating against gender-based violence by making our profiles purple. And also it said we're going to stop for the women. Mostly it is mentioned to the women because the women are coming out in large numbers, that you should give at least, on that day, you should give a space at least, focus on this support against gender-based violence. And that will help us so much to help our women who are in South Africa in support against this gender-based violence.
Right, thank you so much for, again, making your time or creating time for us. We here at Africhill, did you know that we changed our name from Java to Africhill?
Well, that is new, but I'm here to know.
Yeah, so currently we are the Africhill podcast. And thank you so much for chilling with us here at Africhill. It's been a pleasure hosting you again. Yeah. And we are looking forward to more fun together with you. And to my lovely followers, thank you so much. And to Vivian's followers as well, thank you so much for tuning in here at Africhill. We had people like Don who are very active here, Reno Music, Sniper Boy. Thank you so much. We are very grateful. And I must say that we had fun.
And also you should be mentioning if you're in support of us or not.
What do you mean?
This is your podcast.
Yes.
Are you helping us advocate against gender-based violence?
Exactly. Ndio maana nimepeana points nyingi ya kuavoid.
Lakini mchukue zingine muache.
Yeah, zote zitawasaidia by the way. Vitu kama you look for some bigger purpose in life. Where do you see yourself in after 10 years, 20 years? If you are looking for beauty, is this beauty going to last? Is this the same person that I'll be seeing in 20 years' time? Will this figure that is existing right now, will it still be there in 20 years' time? If it is kindness, will it still be existing after 20 years? Yeah, so let's look for some bigger purpose for us to achieve what? A family free from violence, a violence-free society. It starts from the decision that you're making right here, right now, because if you are looking for things that are really not going to be helping us. Unaona ukiangalia vitu kama sura, mtu akikuja niambia Adibens you're so handsome. What if tomorrow nipate accident na ni jueroi sura kwa lami, na ikuwe na mastiches kadhaa, unaona lakini siombi nipate accident. You want to remain like this for a very long time before nianze wrinkle up due to old age. But then let's look for some bigger purpose, for us to avoid imaneno yote. Lakini kukuja tu, oh let's stop it, without really looking for the root cause, ama looking for the foundation ambayo ilileta imaneno, kidogo tuna nini veer off. We are not really going to solve anything. Not until we go. See, that is well said.
Yeah, that is well said, but also I forgot on that. Yeah, it is well said.
Yeah, so thank you so much for chilling with us here at Africhill. We are so grateful. So maybe your last words.
My last, and thank you so much for having us and talking about this, because it is something that we are advocating for, and we are not only saying that we are suffering as women. No, we are coming out to say that we need help, we need support, we need those who are survivors, we need those who can talk to us. No, you as a person, come out. You are someone who's suffered, you are someone who's not suffered, you are someone who is in support. So we can talk about this gender-based violence and also look for solutions against it. Thank you so much.
And once more, thank you again for chilling with us here at Africhill. So we are looking forward to more and more episodes to come. Next week, I'm having some people who I'll be hosting online. Stay. Thank you, and it is a wrap. It was, you are hosted with me, Alikiba, the soft-spoken guide.